Peace out. Woo! Hello.
Hey.
What's happening?
How's it going? This is so cool.
Thank you.
I love it.
What's going on?
Good to see you.
Nice seeing you.
Thanks so
What's
much for
happening?
having us.
Of course.
I'm so excited. All right, we are at Catano Performance with Jose Catano, and he is going to take me through a series of testing today. We're going to go through athletic performance testing. We're going to see where I'm at in terms of my symmetry from side to side, and just get a lot more information and like really concrete data on where I'm at right now so that we can then build off of it. Phase one of this rehab process was really just movement and trying to regain mobility. Phase two has been strength. We're really just in the gym, trying to build quad, hamstring, glute strength as much as possible. Now we're getting into some of more of the athletic endeavors, and I want to make sure I'm doing that in the safest way possible. And today we're going to find out where I'm at, set a baseline, and go from there.
Let's go. Let's get it. Yeah, so we're starting on the ground, and from here, this is like first prep the body, and from there we're gonna get up, and then we're gonna start like more like a dynamic warm up. All right.
Oh wow, this feels awkward. Oh my gosh, I'm all over the place. Why was that so hard for me? I've never been taught how to run. I've just been like naturally fast. So when I see people doing these drills, I'm like, I don't know how to do that. I've never done it before. And so I've been really excited to do all this stuff because I'm just like, I don't have any technique. I just go like this.
Yeah. Yep. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. You want to feel the contact. It seems like it's flat-footed, but also we don't want to be too much on your toes. So before you think about attacking, we have to get ready to get out. So we attack, we flex, right? So right there, boom. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You passed it, yeah?
Yes.
So those are some of the ones that you can start doing as well, getting part of those. Now we only do it for 5, bring it at 10, 15, 20. 20 is a lot for those. We keep it here around 10 reps. It's very demanding.
When you're on that stance leg, how much do you want to be like really driving into extension, or can you keep a little soft?
No, I want him to make sure you learn how to be extended.
So you want full extension?
Yes, because what happens with it is that the number one thing is like the thing about gravity, the ground is sucking you, right? So if you learn just to be here, you're gonna be a hard time, because when you hit the ground, boom, you wanna go like that.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of athletes have a hard time with, is that a lot of athletes are here.
Yeah.
100%. But being able to extend, and if you think about it, ready? Go here, on this position. Where are you feeling it?
Here.
Extend. Where are you feeling it?
It feels much more even.
But where do you think
like,
you're squeezing?
Glute.
Boom, right there.
Yeah.
A lot of athletes don't activate so much the glute for that, especially during the extension, so they become quad dominant.
Right.
We're gonna practice dribbles today.
Awesome.
If you learn how to dribble, frontside mechanics get much easier to do, and running safely becomes much easier too. This is the best way we could get a lot of reps. You learn how to be relaxed, and it will teach you the right form, because mind to body will be there. Flat-footed, I want you to be flat-footed. Even more flat-footed. There we go. Yeah. Not bad. Pick up a little bit more. And take a break. Hey, that was not bad. I'll give you that. But you see, did you feel the change from the tippy-toe position to flat-footed?
Yeah.
With our athletes, we think about it, the floor is lava. Don't stay too much on the ground because the shoes are gonna melt.
Oh my gosh. Hold on.
You almost had it.
Like, I'm not going on my heel, though, like
what
flat.
is the goal? We strike under what?
The hip.
Yes. Everything that you strike is under the hips.
Okay.
Now when you progress it, so you start here, ankle, calf, knees, boom. And then nice and easy. Ready, set, ankles. Good. Calves. knees, and relax. Good, so that was great, that's all we need.
Thanks.
Now
Definitely
what we
gotta
need
work
to
on
do, relax that upper body,
Yeah.
allow it to flow. Get some water,
All right.
and then we'll go into our next thing. So the force plate is a device that we use to measure force application into the ground. We have a lot of metrics, there's a lot of numbers that it gives you. So it allows you, the coaches, for a little bit more freedom of how we want to interpret that data and how we want to be looking at it to see where an athlete is based on the age group, based on the sports, and based on the improvements that we want to see from the weight room and the field. Good. Let's leave it like that, that's perfect. So what is it that we're looking at? So this is the squat, and blue is right, red is left. So very symmetrical the way through. Right here, you can start seeing the peaks.
Yeah.
Right, and then left to right, 273, 274. Once you start applying a little more force into, that's when things start to change. So now what we want to do, we want to drop and we want to go. There we go. Good. So see how the gap started to open up a little bit more?
Yeah.
So again, forces, they're fine. And then, but you start can see during these stages a little bit more of those gaps, which is not too bad.
Yeah.
And sometimes kind of what this does is like more like an immediate feedback.
Yeah.
You can see it, you can modify it.
You can shift if you
You
need,
can
yeah.
shift if you need it. Here you can see, you know, you're still pushing off during the propulsive phase. So this is on waiting, braking phase, propulsive phase. You still want to push a little bit harder with the left leg, but I think that's because of the type of procedure they did with you.
So something that's really cool about this is that I'm not thinking about my knee, which I think is probably part of this whole like system and equation, is that I'm so focused on just like doing the movements, doing the jumps, doing the skips, all that stuff, that I haven't really thought about my knee too much. Whereas when I'm doing plyos like on my own, it's always in the back of my head.
Ingrained, that is like you're doing it because of that.
Exactly. So that's been like a big eye-opening moment for me, is like when I'm not thinking about it, it doesn't hurt and I'm not holding myself back as much. So that's been cool.
We did pretty good with all these tests, bilateral movement. Now I want to challenge us a little bit more with the single leg movements, okay?
Oh my God. I barely got off the ground.
This is when we start looking at it, it's like, oh wow. Right? Because now everything got cut in half.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Your height got
Literally.
cut from a 13 to a 7, and your braking capabilities went down from a 3,000 to a 1,500.
Yeah.
I like that one.
It's a little better.
That's a little more.
Yeah, so that went to a 10 and a 2,800. So 10 to 13, like it's not too bad. That's actually pretty good.
I think it came down to confidence a little bit on that one.
Yeah.
The first one I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I feel like
Okay.
I can't bend my knee on that side. Like I'm like just moving through my ankle. I'm not like using my whole leg. So that was really cool to be able to see, and having all that data. It's interesting because I obviously feel that there are differences side to side, but to not be able to quantify it or know like how much it is or what to work on, you can kind of feel like you're just guessing. So this was really cool to have this like very concrete data to tell me what was going on. The single leg jumps made me want to cry just because of how little like effort I could even put into it. Like I just felt like I couldn't do what I wanted to do, and that when your body does that, it feels really weird. So yeah, it's cool to have this information, slightly disheartening to feel and see the right leg just having a lot of catching up to do, but we're gonna get there, so let's go.
Step 1 was seeing the physical capabilities that you had. So now we're gonna go with the 1080. And what this device does is allows us to quantify your running. We could actually go from 1 kilogram up to 30 kilogram, which equals almost like 200 pounds if you were gonna push it on a sled. You could also measure left to right discrepancies. And then also we can see live which leg it will be applying more force as well. So that's one way we could work on deceleration. Another one will be go a little bit higher and then stop in 2 legs. A little bit higher and stop in 2 legs.
This is so cool.
Hey, 12 miles per hour, moving. And then it took you 4.2 seconds to get there,
All right.
right? Then the other part too, when you start doing like some resisted runs, you'll be able to run it for longer. So now if we look at it, when it comes to force, so left, right, left, right, left, right. But through here,
Yeah.
Not
even
bad.
Out, yeah.
even out here, still. But look at it towards the end.
Yeah.
I like it towards the end because the force, sorry, this is power, was pretty even from step to step, just at the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's try to do it again. Ooh, moving. Yes, good.
How does it feel running with it?
Really good. It actually almost feels better than running without it, if that makes sense. Like, because
Well, it's kind of like the parachute effect. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like it's stopping you from running because the other part with it, at the end, is stopping you.
Right.
So that's the other part too. Because
Yeah.
like if I was to like take the resistance off, you're gonna keep going, which means on your end you have to stop the. Once you let go of the gas, that thing is gonna drag you back. So
Yeah.
that's like the parachute opens on that end. What am I gonna do now? I'm gonna drop it down to 3.
Okay.
Just to really compare those two.
Yeah.
Oh, she's out. Woo! 14.
14?
Yeah.
With the resistance, that's good. Yeah, I hit 15 on the treadmill the other day, but that was no resistance, obviously.
No.
So.
Effort right now. So.
That was like 75.
Yeah, so that's really good. Left, right, left, right. Like,
Oh, I
so,
see.
so you see how now it's like up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down.
So the left is putting way more force.
And then same thing when it comes to power,
Okay. Yeah.
which is as expected. We're gonna do a little comparison of what your numbers were today based on the database that we have for a girls soccer players. Currently, our girls soccer player program is the most elite program that we have because of how much work we have put with these girls to really put a high standard of what a female athlete should be like. This
Okay.
is the average. So for example, when we look at our CMJ, arms and hips, you're right there, right?
Yeah.
Right below 1%. Breaking capabilities, we are 4,700 based on those two tests that we took. Out of 3,000 samples, the medium or the half of it is 5,400.
Yeah.
So what is at the upper tier of 80 and 90 percentile? That's where we want to build from. This is the reactivity for the average side, right? How reactive you are, how quick we are off the ground. Part of that deficiency as well from the left to right that we were looking at is also how well and how the stiffness that we have to create, especially you through the patella.
Yeah.
Procedure that they did, that's going to take a little bit longer as well to create the stiffness. But it's okay. So you're about 19% below average. But again, out of 1,200 samples, the average is 2.3, right? The bigger, the better
Right.
on that end, all right? Jump momentum, okay? How fast you accelerate your body mass. That's what this metric means.
Okay.
Okay, bigger the better. And the bigger this number is, the more correlation there is with your acceleration and speed. And then the average is the 138, so we keep that to itself. But also, when we talk about elite athletes, 300 is a big number for those athletes that are trying to go pro or for a bigger mass. So if you're like around 200 pounds, and if your mass is below the 300, you could see it on the movement.
Yeah.
But once you pass that threshold of the 300, you're moving. Those are athletes that are running 19, 20, 21, 22. So
Perfect.
far, you did amazing. So
Awesome.
you're in a good spot.
Thank you.
Yeah,
This
no
was
problem.
awesome. I really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
I hope this serves you as a starting point.
Yeah.
You're in a very good spot, and we just gotta keep building the engine.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stronger, more powerful, better braking, first in the weight room, and then put it out there.
Right.
Next time you come, we can just do a little session on utilizing the flywheel training, which should be #1 deceleration training before
Perfect.
you get into the field.
Perfect. Yeah,
Okay.
I definitely know I need that. So that's gonna
Yep.
be that's next for sure, and then
Yep.
we'll just get this right leg moving.
Yeah, no, like I said, you're in a really good spot. You're like most of the cases that we've seen. I mean, you're a professional in this field too, and it seems that you and Jason are doing a great job.
Thank you. Appreciate
Yeah.
it. Awesome. Thank
No
you.
problem.
Yay. We're out.